No one tells you how heavy it feels to be the one who wakes up. No one warns you that healing doesn't just change your life, it shifts your entire lineage. At some point, you looked around and realized the way your family loved, the way your family handled the pain, the way they stayed in unhealthy relationships, the way they normalized chaos, the way they avoided emotions, the way they survived instead of healed. You see it clearly. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You become the one who notices the patterns, the one who feels the dysfunction, the one who starts questioning what was always considered normal. And that's when the weight hits you. Because you're not just healing for yourself anymore. You're healing what was never healed before you. You're the interruption in the cycle. You are the pause in the pattern. You are the moment that chain begins to break. Our parents didn't have access to the information we have now. They didn't grow up with conversations about emotional regulation. They weren't taught about childhood trauma. They didn't learn about nervous systems, attachment styles, gaslighting, manipulation, boundaries, or self-awareness. Most of them were taught one thing: survive, endure, push through. Don't talk about it, don't feel it, don't question it. So they pass down coping mechanisms, not healing. They pass down survival strategies, not safety. They pass down patterns, not awareness. And now here you are, in a generation that finally has a language for what hurts. You finally have the tools for what was invisible. You finally have access to understanding your nervous system, your trauma response, your attachment wounds, your emotional patterns. That's not random, that's timing. You were born into the moment when healing became possible. With that access comes responsibility. Not an obligation to fix your family, but an invitation to end what no longer deserves to continue through you. When you start healing, you often feel more alone, not less. Because you're stepping out of a system that once felt familiar. You might notice you can't tolerate the same conversations anymore. You don't laugh at the same jokes. You don't accept the same behavior. You don't play the same roles. You don't carry the same emotional labor. You start setting boundaries where there were none. You stop tolerating disrespect that you once normalized. You stop shrinking yourself to keep peace. You stop explaining your pain to people who never listened. And that creates distance. Not because you are cold, but because you became conscious. Growth creates space. Healing creates separation. And awareness changes your environment. And sometimes the loneliness you feel is simply space between who you were and who you're becoming. A diamond isn't created in comfort. It's created under pressure, extreme pressure, sustained pressure that most materials cannot survive. Not every piece of carbon becomes a diamond. Only the ones that endure transformation. Your lineage is full of strong people, but strength without healing becomes endurance, not freedom. You're the one who didn't just survive the pressure. You allowed the pressure to transform you. You didn't numb it. You didn't ignore it. You didn't pass it down unchanged. You let the pressure reshape you. And that is rare. You're not just another link in the chain. You're the point where the chain changes direction. And breaking the chain doesn't mean you hate your family. It doesn't mean you're ashamed of your parents. It doesn't mean you see yourself as better. It means you choose awareness over autopilot. It means you choose healing over repetition. It means you choose consciousness over conditioning. Breaking the chain looks like choosing healthy relationships instead of familiar chaos, regulating your emotions instead of suppressing them, leaving situations that mirror old wounds, speaking when your family taught you to stay silent, resting when you were taught to overwork, listening to your intuition when you were taught to doubt yourself, choosing peace over proving it's not dramatic. It's quiet, it's daily, it's internal. And it's heavy because you're carrying what generations before you never had the tools to hold. If you don't heal, the pattern continues. This part is real. If we don't heal what we carry, we pass it down, not intentionally, but unconsciously. Patterns don't end because time passed. They end because someone becomes aware enough to interrupt them. Whether you choose to have children or not, your healing still matters. If you do have children, your emotional patterns become their nervous system. If you don't, your healing still ends the lineage of unprocessed pain through you. Either way, the cycle stops where you choose consciousness. And that makes your work sacred. Being the one who breaks the chain can feel heavy because you often feel misunderstood. You outgrew people you loved. You grieve versions of yourself that survived too much. You feel the weight of why me? You carry awareness others don't have to face. But here's the truth. The weight you feel is the weight of leadership. Not leadership over people, leadership over patterns. You're leading your lineage into a new emotional reality. That's not light work, that's sacred work. At some point, you stop trying to get others to understand your healing. You stop explaining your boundaries. You stop seeking validation for your growth. You realize you don't need permission to heal. You don't need approval to change. You don't need consensus to evolve. You move quietly, you protect your nervous system, you build a new life internally. And one day, you look back and realize your old self wouldn't even recognize your peace. If you feel the weight of being the one who breaks the chain, it's because you're carrying something meaningful. You weren't meant to repeat the past. You were meant to end it with awareness. And if this message resonated with you, I want you to comment down below your last name and it ends with me. When you like this video, another person that feels alone in their healing finds this space. When you subscribe, you help grow a community who chooses consciousness over conditioning. And when you share it, you become part of somebody else's awakening. This is not just a channel. This is a place for people who refuse to pass their pain forward. You choosing awareness breaks the cycle. You choosing healing breaks the patterns. You choosing yourself breaks the chain. So let's keep healing and growing together. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.